What's going down, y'all? It's one half of the Wake Up Crew here to talk some WNBA prop bets over on Prize Picks for this Friday, May the 13th WNBA slate. We got 3 games. The Dallas Wings versus the Washington Mystics, the Las Vegas Aces versus the Atlanta Dream, and the Indiana Fever versus the New York Liberty. We were off yesterday, but the day before yesterday, talked about 3 plays. We were 2 for 3 on the plays that I recommended. Ryan Howard over her fantasy score, Dana Evans over her points, and Sabrina Ionescu over her points did not hit. She only scored 2. She's back on the slate tonight, but we're going in another direction. The WNBA model is getting better and better as we're getting more information. We're game 2, game 3 for a lot of these ladies, but we dove into the numbers, ran the model, and I think we got some good plays for the slate tonight, so let's dive right into it. And I want to start with a rebound prop from the hometown team. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're going to go talk about the Las Vegas Aces star A'ja Wilson over 9.5 rebounds. She's hit this number every game of the season so far. We don't really count May 1st. That was a preseason game. 11, 15, 12. We have A'ja projected tonight right around 12.5 rebounds. Her season average is 12.3. She's playing about 31.3 minutes per game. In this matchup, I anticipate her to continue doing work on the glass. She's physical, plays down low. 3 games, we talk about her average, 12.3. The prop here, 9.5. They're giving it to us again, so we are going to take the over Miss A'ja Wilson over her rebound prop total. So let's go to the points and talk about a player that I've been eyeing. Thought about playing her last game from the Indiana Fever, Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell is leading her team in minutes, getting about 33.7 minutes per game. She's getting up her shots. She's averaging about 19.7 points. And in this slate tonight, we have Kelsey projected right around 19.7 points. That's where we have her at. She's hit this number in 2 of her last 3 games, 26 versus Minnesota, 18 versus Washington. Then she had 15 versus the LA Sparks. And then if you throw in that preseason game, 28. She's leading her team in shot attempts. I anticipate Kelsey to get the shots up and for her to cash this over. 16.5, kind of high, but I'm liking the trend that she's on. It's well above her season average, and when we look at the prop over average percentage edge, it's at about 19.29. So nice edge for Kelsey to go over this. Kind of thought about going with the par, maybe dabbling in the fantasy score, but she doesn't do enough on the defensive end in order to play around with that game. So we're going to take Kelsey Mitchell over her points, A'ja Wilson over her rebounds, and we are going back to the young phenom. We're going back to Ryan Howard's fantasy score. Last game, it was set at 27.5. She smashed it with 31.7, and then her first game with the Atlanta Dream, she had 42.6. I like this score at 28. We have Miss Howard projected right now in the model for a fantasy score of 37.5. So you're talking about 9.5 point total edge, 33.84% edge. On this, we got it projected right at about 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. But here is where Ryan gets it done. First of all, she chucks up a lot of threes, but she's good for a couple of blocks. We got it projected for 2.5 blocks and 1.5 steals. And we know those blocks and steals are each worth 3 points a pop. So I'm going back to the fantasy score with Ryan Howard over 28, Kelsey Mitchell over 16.5 points, and Miss A'ja Wilson over 9.5 rebounds. Sabrina Ionescu, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about it, but not going to touch it. Ariel Atkins looked good in the model as well. Her point total and or par. And then Aleda Deladon. I mean, another one of these players who, when I looked at the model, the point total said smash the over on EDD. If you look at what she's done over the first 3 games of the season, 21, 21, and 19, would not mind that as well if you want to mix and match those 4. So core 3, A'ja Wilson, Kelsey Mitchell, and Ryan Howard. And if I were going to throw in a 4th to mix and match it up, 6 ways, Aleda Deladon over her point total of 17.5. So there you have it. Those are the WNBA plays that I'm looking at for today's WNBA slate. If you appreciate the content, just hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments who you're playing. Hopefully we'll have another good night in the WNBA. And as always, if you tail, give them hell. And if we fail, do not bail. We'll be back with more data-driven picks, data-driven analysis, because we've got WNBA games this Saturday, the NBA playoffs. We've got a Game 7 coming up with Dallas and Phoenix. So just tap into the channel. Let us know what you're playing, and good luck. Have a great weekend.